Hi campers, it's Beth, naturalist with the Johnny Appleseed Park District. I've been on my insect safari and I found something really cool that I want to share with you. I found some ants and I spent lots of time watching them and looking at them really close with my magnifying lens, and I followed them as they were walking. And you know what? I found their house, or their anthill, or more technically an ant mound. It's really neat, and I want to show it to you today. So I was out here by our bird feeding station and noticed ants crawling on the ground. And they ended up going underneath this rock. Let's see if I can move it with just one hand so that you can see the anthill. Here we go. Oh my goodness, do you see all the ants running around? Look at that. They've got holes down into the ground. Now those holes go down into a whole series of tunnels. And those tunnels act like a nursery for all the baby ants and all the eggs that the queen ant lays. The worker ants spend most of their day moving those eggs around. On super hot days like this, they will move the eggs way down deep in the ground where it's going to be cooler for those eggs. And on cool days, they'll actually move them up towards the top so that they can heat up and get some energy from the sun. How neat is this? There are 143 different species of ants here in our state of Ohio. Lots of different kinds. I don't even know the names of these, but they're pretty common black garden ants. All right, you know what? This reminds me of a really cool science experiment we could do with ants today. I think I'm going to go get some materials and get that set up. I will see you in a bit. Bye. Hey campers, I ran around and found some very simple materials because I think we need to become scientists today and set up a science experiment. How fun is this going to be? All you need is a paper plate. If you don't have a paper plate, you can use just a plain piece of white paper. Or if you can't even find that and you got one of our camp kits, go ahead and use the back side of the bag that the kit was put in. Anything like that. You also need a permanent marker. Take your piece of paper or paper plate and divide it into, well, at least 4 sections. It can be, I suppose, more if you wanted. I just did 4. And what we're going to do is see what kind of food ants like the best. You've probably heard in the past that ants always show up when you have a picnic because they're hungry and they want to eat your food. But did you ever wonder what kind of food they like the best? So our science experiment's going to do that. When you divide your paper plate or paper into 4 sections, or maybe more if you want, then we're going to label them and put a little piece of food, different kinds of food in each of the sections. Here's the plate that I labeled. And I labeled one as chicken, cookie, let's see, carrot, and chip, potato chip. And we're going to see which food the ants like the best. Now, as scientists, before we actually do our experiment, we need to make what's known as a hypothesis. A hypothesis is just kind of a guess as to which one you think the ants are going to like the best. You don't have to put these foods. Find 4 other foods that you have in your house and use those. Don't think you have to have these. But these were the 4 that I could find in my lunch today. So I think I'm going to hypothesize that the ants are going to like the cookie the best. So I've got my items here. I'm going to put the cookie in the cookie section. Oop, here's another piece. I've got a couple carrots from my lunch. They're going to go in the carrot section. Oop, and I'll fix this. I've got a little bit of a potato chip and a little chunk of chicken from my salad. I'm going to put that down right by the anthill that I showed you earlier. And then we're going to leave it here for a while and come back in a few hours and see if the ants have eaten any of the food. And if so, which one? So let me set this down right by the anthill. Okay, I've got it laying right by the anthill that I found earlier. I'm going to leave it there and check it in a few hours. So, be a scientist today, campers. Set up your own science experiment if you can find an anthill. Even if you can't find an anthill, you can still lay it out and see if any insects come and what type of food they eat. I will check it in a few hours. See you later. Bye.